So, the funniest thing just happened. I need y'all to lock in and listen to this message. I'm with my...
This is Teaching for Women. So a lot of Christians think prayer is the answer and that they're doing something when they pray. But Jehovah, is written in our Bible, he doesn't hear the prayer of sinners. Adam fell, and so did Eve, from disobedience. In Genesis 3, he says, lest he take from the tree of life and live. We're to be grafted in to Yeshua, for he is the vine, we are his branches. And like in Genesis, like Adam, have to work the ground, and there's going to be thorns and thistles. But if you take from the tree of life and live, you bear good fruits. Proverbs chapter 11:30. The fruit of the righteous become a tree of life. What is righteousness? It is Yeshua's first and great commandment that he gave us, to love God with all our heart, soul, and mind. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5 through 25, what he was quoting. 2 John chapter 1, for he didn't write a new commandment unto us, but one from the beginning, to love one another and walk in the commandments. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5, love God with all your heart, soul, and mind. Keep the commandments in your heart. Teach them to your children. That promise that came with that was that you will have a long life. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 3, because it was Jehovah's fifth commandment to honor your father and your mother. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 25, and the 10 commandments will be your righteousness to do all those commandments which Jehovah has commanded thee. We're to keep the 10 commandments. Yeshua told us in John 14, if you love me, keep my commandments. Those that don't keep my sayings don't love me. If you love me, keep my commandments. And if you keep my sayings, you'll have the love of the Son and the Father. 1 John chapter 2, and this is how we know him, when we keep his commandments. And those that say they know him don't keep his commandments are liars, and the truth isn't in him. We are supposed to be telling people how to enter into life, like Yeshua did with the rich man in Matthew 19. He asked him, good master, how do I enter into life? Yeshua answered him, said, I'm not good. There's only one good, that's Jehovah. But if you to enter into life, keep the commandments. He starts listing the commandments, and then he gives you his first and second commandment, to love God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and love your neighbor as thyself. His second commandment, Leviticus 19:15 through 18, for he didn't write a new one. To love your neighbor as thyself is to rebuke them, to do righteous judgment. His first commandment, Jehovah's righteousness, judged by the 10 commandments. Rebuke all. Don't be respecters of persons, because then you commit sin. James chapter 2, verse 8. But rebuke all that you see sin, so they don't suffer sin upon them. We are to pick up our staffs and walk. He told Peter to feed his sheep. You did not feed that woman. You just said, I'll pray for you. We're to be preaching the good tidings of good things, the gospel. which is keeping of the 10 Commandments, the refreshed covenant that Yeshua was prophesied to refresh in Deuteronomy 18, verse 15 through 19, and Acts chapter 3, verse 18 through 23, the refreshing of the covenant at Horeb, the original contract that Jehovah gave with his voice, not the sacrificial law that was added due to transgression in Galatians 3:19, but Jehovah's righteousness. What they desired at Horeb, the life-giving water, Deuteronomy chapter 4 through 6, Exodus 17, Revelations 22, verse 14, blessed are they who keep the commandments, that they have the right to the tree of life and are able to enter into the gates of the kingdom, because we are the branches. Revelations 22, verse 2, in the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river, was there the tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruits, the 12 tribes that must be grafted in, and yielded her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations, because the fruit of the righteous become a tree of life. Lest Adam take from the tree of life and live, he leaves those that know the truth. He doesn't root them up. He leaves them to grow with the briars and the thorns, so that others can take from the fruits of the righteous, so they can take hold of that, to be grafted in as well, grafted into the vine, Yeshua. You need to teach people to keep the commandments and eat clean so they can be grafted in. The 2 covenants of promise. The first covenant with promise was the Noah covenant to eat clean, a perpetual covenant, Genesis 6 through 9, verse 4, Isaiah 65 and 66. End time prophecy, he's going to return with fire. Those that have swine in their vessels are smoking Jehovah's nose that burns all day, and they're going to be destroyed along with the Jeremiah 10 Christmas tree and the mouse, all the pagan idolatry. We're not to do Christmas, Easter, Jeremiah 10, Jeremiah 4, 744, honoring Tammuz and Queen of Heaven. Ezekiel 8, weeping for Tammuz. Jeremiah 4, 744, Queen of Heaven, they bake cakes too. Your Easter. All the holidays are rooted in worshiping other gods. Committing adultery on the Father, breaking his first, second, and seventh commandment. Yeshua told Peter to feed his sheep. You did not feed that woman. You didn't give her the gospel, keeping of the covenants of promise, keeping the 10 commandments and eating clean, fulfilling the royal law in James chapter 2, verse 8. For that is why he gives us the Holy Ghost in John 14. Unlike it says in John 16, to reprove the world of sin, to do righteous judgment. For this is the love of God, to keep his commandments, and his commandments aren't grievous. It's not a feeling. Loving your neighbor isn't giving them a sandwich. But seek the kingdom first, and then all will be added on to you. You're to teach people to seek the kingdom first. His kingdom is his people that are grafted in to that tree of life. And they become the branches, bearing good fruit for others to take and eat from. Keep the 10 commandments, eat clean, teach others to as well. Don't just pray for them. For Jehovah